That's why we brought in Laura Thrower today. She is with End of Life Tennessee, and she's dealt with death and healing and for many years. And before we get into the role of what an end-of-life doula is, I'd love to ask you, just off the bat, coming off on this day, what would you say is something that we can do to support the victims?
Well, really, there's not a whole lot we can say. So the best thing to do is really just be there. Let them talk, let them grieve. The grieving is possibly endless, especially for the parents and the people who witnessed it, and really even for a lot of people in the community. It was just so devastating, especially for some of us who remember when the church was built and the school was built, and it feels like it's just going on forever, the pain. And so just to sit there and just listen and not give advice, just let them grieve.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you. I was mentioning we've had birth doulas on, we've had postpartum doulas. This is the first time, I believe, we're having an end-of-life doula. Yeah. So explain to everybody what exactly that is and what your role is.
Well, first of all, I'm an advocate for the patient. The patient's needs, wants comes first. And that is truly my goal. And I meet with the patients, and hopefully early on, once they've gotten the unfortunate diagnoses, and help them to navigate what they would like to see as a positive ending to their life. And a lot of that involves also making sure that all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted, in that their affairs are taken care of, someone is in charge, someone's in charge of their finances, someone's in charge of their health, whoever that may be. So I make sure that all those things are done, documentations of, where these people can find, all of their health insurance and their logins and those. But really, ultimately, it is for me to find out what they would like to see in their final days. And then I spend that time with them and with the family. If they don't have family, I'm there 24/7. If the family would like for me to be there, again, I will be there 24/7 to hold their hands and to guide them through this, playing music that they want to hear, making sure that the people they want to say goodbye to have come and said goodbye, and also making sure that they're comfortable. Sure. Our goal is to make sure that a lot of times at the end, family doesn't want to, they want to keep them active and talking, but then that means taking away their medication. And so we talk to the patients and see what they would like, and try to accommodate and make sure that they're comfortable, and just make it as positive a transition as it can possibly be.
Now, I've got to ask, and I'm sure people at home might be thinking this, death is not something people run towards very often. What made you want to do this type of work?
Well, I have had a lot of death in my family, and I have been blessed to have advocates, but there were times when we didn't have an advocate, and I became the advocate just out of experience. And I think everyone needs an advocate. I think everyone needs an advocate if they are sick. I was so blessed when I was sick several years ago to have my best friend who became an advocate for me, and to make sure that I got the best care and the proper care. Yeah. And a lot of times care falls between the cracks. Recently I had a lovely gentleman in the hospital locally, and the ball just kept getting dropped on his care, and so they contacted me, and I showed up, and I made sure that he was getting the proper care that he needed, because he had no one here. And so we all need advocates in all of our life, really, but especially when we're the most vulnerable.
I can tell you, I wasn't sure if I wanted a doula when I had my baby. When the doula shows up, be it an end-of-life doula or a birth doula, stuff gets done.
That's right.
And it is an amazing feeling as the patient.
Yes.
Because you know that you can take a breath and just kind of relax and know that things are going to get done how they're supposed to. I'd love to ask, most people are scared of death.
Right.
And there's that age-old question of, when you're lying on your deathbed, what are you going to change, or what are you going to regret or wish you had done differently? Are there
Right.
any lessons you've learned in this role?
Well, yes, a lot of lessons. Unfortunately, the big lesson I have learned personally and that I work with daily is the dysfunction of the families all come out at this time. And a lot of it is stress and grief and what have you. And so I also become almost a counselor for families at that time to coach them as to, you know, this is coming up on the end. He needs to see you to let go. You know, those kind of things. You need to be there, hold his hand or her hand, and those are the kind of things that are real important to the patient. But a lot of times, you know, we don't recognize that, or it's so difficult that we want to try to avoid it. And so I've been so proud of all of my patients and their families and how they really come together to make it a positive experience, as positive as you can possibly be. But
of course.
yeah, and to be there reading their favorite scripture or book or singing their favorite songs. For my late husband, it was Nora Jones.
Aww.
Yeah, and so yeah,
Thank
it was
you
wonderful.
so much.
Yes.
It really is. It's a positive and beautiful thing that you do, even though it's very difficult.
Yes.
So thank you for coming here to talk
Yes.
about it. And,
Thank you.
And continuing this very important work. If you know someone who could benefit from these services, or you just want to find out more, please check out endoflifetn.com. And for those who are left